Okay, well, I don't know if that was pulled. This is video 2 in the series. The first video was the introduction of why I chose a religious exemption. It just, with the conviction and the conscience that I have, it's hard for me to even request that. But why I chose religious versus, for my sincerely held beliefs, an exemption from an injection or tablet, depending on what form they decide they're going to purport this experimental gene therapy, versus a medical, which I do qualify for, or a philosophical, which would be very easy to make the case for. As of January 6th, 2022, you can check with the state of Indiana. They are now allowing an exemption based on natural immunity. Someone woke up. But this is the first part of it, and the creation of the religious test by my corporation. And I guess I have to make this very, very clear that if we understand anything about Article 6 and Section 3 of the Organic Constitution of the United States, we know that there is no religious test that has been created or has been passed or have been able to be utilized for public office or public trust positions. And considering that these are the people that we put forward to represent us, legislative, executively, or administratively, judicially, if we can't test them to see if they qualify for the position, how can you possibly take my sincerely held beliefs, hold them up to whatever candle you decide, roll them around a little bit, and then think you're going to hand them back to me and say, yes, you do qualify, you do not qualify? But that's a little deeper than we need to go in this video. That's going to be that's going to be handled in video 3. So if I could, I'll go ahead and give you the questions, and then we'll get into it. Describe the reasons for requesting a religious exemption, include in your description details regarding what sincerely held beliefs prohibit you from wearing a mask or undergoing weekly testing for C19, and how wearing a mask and or undergoing weekly testing would conflict with your sincerely held religious beliefs. How long have you held these beliefs? That's question 2. Question 3 is, have you ever worn a mask or been tested? And if not, explain why. Question 4 is, if you can, I see the snark in that, please provide examples of how you live your life consistent with the seriously held religious beliefs you described to answer in 1. And then, of course, given that information, they will roll around a little bit and determine in their infinite wisdom if I qualify for an exemption from a mask for religious reasons or from weekly testing for religious reasons. Let me just address this as quickly as I can regarding a religious test. And this was explained to both my manager and my assistant manager about 8 a.m. Friday morning when we had the conversation. I have inherently, endowed by my Creator, inalienable and unalienable rights that have proceeded previous to any government creation. They're unalienable, they're unalienable. They weren't granted me by a constitution or a government. They existed before, inherently in me, before any government or constitution could have been written, before any agency determined what my sincerely held beliefs are, and before you go, oh, he's one of those, a tinfoil hat, bigot, whatever. I don't really have any concern over what your sincerely held religious beliefs are. Whether you be Muslim, Hindu, atheist, religious atheist, agnostic, fill in the blank, or one of the 13,000 recognized denominations in the United States, that's not my concern. My concern is that they're trying to create a religious test based on my sincerely held beliefs. And to give you the 2 categories of that, there's the, are your sincerely held beliefs, are they substantively or are they functionally upheld? Because any religion, and you can take these definitions any way you want, they hold to 2 things: a sincerely held belief, what is your God, and how you exhibit that worship. And I think Kavanaugh made a great point when he made the comment about if a Christian's life is devoted to the stock market, his God is capitalism, his worship is the money, the fight, the trade, the wealth, or lack thereof. And not just metaphorically, not symbolically, but functionally, capitalism would be their god that they worship. And I think that makes the clear point. So it's going to have to be, if they're going to create one, it's going to have to be on the position and stance, the platform of substantive or functional religion, and how you sincerely hold those, right? It's based on a worldview. It's the lens that you look at your life through. And be that an organized religion, an unorganized religion, like I said, I don't care if it's Muslim, Buddhist, pagan, Luciferian, whatever it is, Christian. That's not my point. The point is, it's a worldview that you filter your life through, and two, a form of worship. Your God. That's the litmus test. And for someone to try to determine either substantially or functionally what my sincerely held beliefs are and how long I've held them, they've never read the First Amendment. And if they try to make it a non-constitutional issue, I have remedy and redress for that as well in the law. And that would be 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242, deprivation of rights under color of law and conspiracy against rights. And that goes from anywhere from my manager all the way up through the alphabet agencies that are playing the game. Anyway, so that's enough of that for now. I hope you do forgive me. If I come off nervous, I'm passionate about this. My conscience and my convictions have been challenged in such a way that I'm not waving a flag. I'm not belligerent. I'm not angry. I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned. And I shouldn't be. I mean, I've read John Hall's Guinea Pigs. I've read what the government will do to get, what they want done. I've seen the suspension and the erosion of an organic constitution since the Act of 1871 has been written in, and every time since then. But again, that's a different story and for a different time. The next video will be page 1 is the exemption status profile information page that I submitted to my corporation.